We are back with the Fox News Alert. New developments in the desperate search for Nancy Guthrie are coming to light as officials issue a description of her possible abductor.
And the FBI now offering $100,000 for any information that could help bring Nancy home. Chanley Painter here with the latest. Chanley.
Hey, good morning. So the FBI providing new details about the suspect seen in video on the porch of Nancy Guthrie's home the morning she disappeared. Authorities say they are looking for a male who is 5'9" to 5'10" tall with an average build. Officials also say the brand of backpack the suspect is seen wearing is a black 25-liter Ozark Trail Hiker Pack backpack sold at Walmart. This new information is coming as investigators are reportedly asking Nancy Guthrie's neighbors to share security videos from as far back as a month before the 84-year-old's abduction, specifically from January 1st to February 2nd. Investigators have also been asking residents about certain vehicles as neighbors have reported seeing a possible gray truck in the area. NBC reporting this quote, David Romano, who said he lives around the corner from Guthrie, said detectives have come to his house twice and asked if he has a truck. Romano said he did not drive a truck, but that investigators seem to be looking for someone who does. He did not mention what kind of truck he had or why officials had asked his family twice.
I think they've seen a gray truck surveilling the home in daytime conditions and nighttime conditions. Why do we need the vehicle? Nancy Guthrie was bleeding. And I don't care how much they clean that vehicle, they're not going to get rid of all the blood. A vehicle makes all the difference.
The Pima County Sheriff's Department and the FBI say they have received more than 18,000 tips since Nancy Guthrie disappeared. The Sheriff's Department receiving just 4,000 calls on Wednesday alone, guys. And of course, that reward is now up to $100,000. Back to you.
Chanley Painter, thank you.
There's a case unfolding right now that's captured national attention, and for good reason. Nancy Guthrie, a woman from Arizona, has been reported missing under circumstances that authorities are treating with extreme urgency. According to recent reports from Fox News and other outlets, the FBI has now offered a $100,000 reward for information that could help bring her home safely. That's a significant sum, and it signals just how serious law enforcement believes this situation is. Today, I want to walk through what we know so far, what investigators are asking from the public, and why cases like this remind us how important community vigilance can be. Let me lay out the facts as they've been reported. Authorities have issued a description of a possible suspect, a male approximately 5'9" or 5'10", with an average build. He was reportedly seen wearing a black 25-liter Ozark Trail backpack, a brand commonly sold at Walmart. That detail might seem small, but it's the kind of thing that could jog someone's memory if they saw something unusual in the area. Investigators are also asking residents in the neighborhood to share any video footage they have from as far back as a month, specifically between January 1st and February 2nd. That's a pretty wide window, which suggests they're trying to piece together a timeline or pattern of behavior. According to NBC reports, neighbors have mentioned seeing a possible gray truck in the area, and detectives have been following up on that lead, even visiting some residents multiple times to ask about vehicle ownership. One forensic expert cited in the coverage mentioned that Nancy Guthrie may have been bleeding and emphasized that if a vehicle was involved, traces of blood would likely still be present even after cleaning attempts. That's a sobering detail, and it underscores why finding that vehicle could be critical. What's also notable here is the sheer volume of public response. The Pima County Sheriff's Department and the FBI have reportedly received 18,000 tips since her disappearance. That's a massive amount of information to sift through, but it also shows how much people want to help. From a purely human standpoint, this is the kind of story that hits hard. A woman goes missing, and suddenly an entire community is being asked to look back through their security footage, recall strangers they might have seen, and think about whether they noticed anything out of place. For most of us, that's not something we do every day. We live our lives, we come and go, and we don't always pay close attention to what's happening around us until something like this happens. And then you realize maybe that gray truck you saw idling on your street wasn't just someone lost. Maybe that person with the backpack wasn't just a hiker passing through. It's unsettling, But it's also a reminder that our awareness, our willingness to speak up, can make a real difference. Now, I think it's worth considering a few perspectives here. On one hand, there's the urgency of the investigation. Every hour matters in cases like this, and law enforcement is clearly pulling out all the stops, offering a six-figure reward, processing thousands of tips, re-interviewing witnesses. That kind of effort reflects the gravity of the situation. On the other hand, we also have to be careful not to jump to conclusions. A gray truck in a neighborhood doesn't automatically mean wrongdoing. A person with a backpack isn't automatically suspicious. Investigators are trained to follow evidence, not assumptions, and that's exactly what they're doing here. It's important for the public to share what they know without letting fear or speculation take over. What strikes me most about this case is the collaboration. Yes, it's tragic. Yes, it's urgent. But it's also a testament to how much people care. 18,000 tips. That's not apathy. That's a community that wants answers. It's law enforcement doing its job with transparency, asking for help, and following leads methodically. At the same time, we have to hold space for the unknown. We don't know Nancy Guthrie's condition. We don't know the full story yet. And rushing to judgment, whether about a suspect, a vehicle, or a scenario, doesn't help anyone, least of all her loved ones. So where does that leave us? If you live in the area or if you were there during that time frame and you saw something, anything that felt off, now's the time to share it. Even if it seems insignificant, it could be the piece investigators need. And if you're watching from afar, like many of us are, the best thing we can do is stay informed, stay compassionate, and trust that the process is unfolding as it should. This is a developing case, and I hope, truly, that it ends with Nancy Guthrie being found safe. Until then, let's keep the focus where it belongs, on facts, on community, and on hope.